We are slowly edging towards the end of 2025, but that doesn't mean that Xbox news is even slowing down for a second. The past week has brought us even more Xbox Game Pass games, some massive new gaming announcements, and even some huge updates to both our consoles and mobiles for the Xbox storefronts. It is certainly another hectic week to get us all going. With that though, my name is Fletcher, and this is Xbox Nation, and let's just dive right into it. At the start of last week, we were actually treated to the PC Gaming Show Most Wanted 2025 showcase, and it included a lot of Xbox reveals as part of this event. Everything that featured an Xbox logo was included in one of my most recent videos on the channel, and that includes some brand new announcements for the likes of Starship Troopers Ultimate Bug War, Carmageddon Rogue Shift, and so many more. You'll also find some more generic stuff here though, like a launch trailer for Blood Refresh Supply, which is a game that I'm very intrigued by when it launches this December. Honestly though, it was actually a pretty decent showing, although there weren't many Xbox Game Pass announcements, and to be honest that was certainly weird as they did sponsor the show, but the games that they did show look mighty impressive. For me, the ultimate standout was Lunar Abyss, as it kind of reminds me of a darker FPS-inspired Returnal, and it's been on my wishlist now for a couple of years since its first announcement. I would be keen to see how you rated the show down below, and of course, do make sure to check out the video with the card on screen now, or in the links in the comments, if you want to check out all of the awesome announcements at this showcase. As the Series X and S generation does continue, and another one is certainly going to be on the horizon now, it's being reported this week that a subsidiary of manufacturing company called Foxconn is basically planning to expand its Xbox production over in Vietnam. This report comes from Reuters, which mentions that Fusion Technology, which is part of Foxconn, is trying to obtain a permit to produce up to 4.8 million Xbox gaming devices, parts of consoles, and other unspecified electromagnetic devices, and that's also per year, according to their company documents. I will say though that nothing specific has been shared about what Foxconn or Fusion Technology might be working on, and Foxconn has apparently declined to comment, but I do kind of speculate that it's probably Xbox Series X and S consoles, Xbox Cloud Gaming servers, and obviously various bits like controllers and other bits and bobs, especially within the RAM department, and that's at least until the next generation of course arrives. Again, I do kind of assume though that the rapid expansion here in Vietnam is just relating to sort of mitigating those tariff impacts amid ongoing trade disputes, although who knows how that actually plan out in the long run. What we do know at the moment is that Xbox is still clearly committed to making all kinds of devices and parts moving forward, regardless of what they might be used for. Of course, the sentiment around the consoles is not looking great at the moment, especially since the Black Friday figures came out and Xbox were actually 4th in the standing, but it will be interesting to see how Xbox progresses with their hardware in the near future. Clockwork Revolution has a bit of hype behind it within the Xbox fanbase, me included. Heck, even Xbox boss Phil Spencer sounds pretty excited about what In Exile are really cooking up here. Whilst info on this title does remain pretty scarce at this moment in time, the team has actually delivered a brand new message about the game as part of the latest PC gaming show. The upcoming Xbox RPG was named amongst the show's most wanted titles, and so Brian Fargo and co gives a very quick update on how it's progressing over at Microsoft HQ. Everything the team is saying sounds rather exciting though, from this being Fargo's most complex game to date, to the Clockwork Revolution dev taking visual reactivity to an entirely new level with its time traveling mechanics. Visually, it's also very striking too, especially from what we've seen, and that's something that no doubt grabbed many of our attention. Finally, Fargo did tease though that they've only shown a tiny glimpse of the game so far, before again leaving us hanging with an in due time release window. I do have a feeling that this one may get a release date when it's finally close to being released, and all I can say is please, please, please let this release in 2026. Many of us have been kind of waiting for Xbox to give some brand new release dates for early 2026 when it comes to Xbox Game Pass games, and until this week we only actually had 2 of those games actually confirmed. Well, as of now, Xbox have finally given us some brand new and good news, and we have our first couple of games for next month. These 2 games are Mio, Memories in Orbit, which was also revealed at the PC Gaming Show, and then the PC Game Pass title known as Nova Roma. The former is a very mesmerizing Metroidvania, which had a very successful Kickstarter, while the latter is a Rome-based city builder, which looks like a sort of low-poly version of Anno. If you are interested though, Mio, Memories in Orbit already has a free demo available on the Xbox Store, and it's been getting some pretty cracking reviews by people who have played it so far. Of course, there's a lot more to come for Xbox Game Pass in the weeks ahead, but apparently we won't be getting a formal roundup until we reach 2026. Therefore, if you do want to see what games are coming to Xbox Game Pass into next year, do make sure to check out my video here on the channel where I covered absolutely everything coming to the service next year. I would like to say as well that if you've been enjoying the content so far, please do hit that subscribe button down below, as we're so close to hitting 80,000 subscribers by the end of 2025. The support is massively appreciated for this year so far, and let's just dive back into the news coming our way over the past week. Just under 2 months since the ROG Xbox Ally first arrived, it's just received its first major discount. Xbox has officially reduced its price by $100 only in the US though until December 20th, although only at certain retailers. And I'm a bit surprised they're doing this, bear in mind they didn't give any of their consoles any Black Friday discounts. This now brings the price of the standard ROG Xbox Ally down from $599 to $499 USD, or actually slightly lower in some cases as well, just in time for Christmas. Although do keep in mind that supplies are quite limited here and may not last until that 20th of December date, so definitely get onto it fast. A quick glance though shows us that the ROG Xbox Ally is currently discounted for the likes of Asus, Amazon, Best Buy and Walmart, but it's currently sold out on the Microsoft Store Direct and will likely disappear at Amazon pretty soon as well. The discount unfortunately doesn't apply for all of us in the UK, which is pretty crap to be honest, but the lowest price I've actually found here is for Harvey Norman, which I've never heard of before, for about 480 quid. Still, it's probably worth going to Curry's and just paying that extra 20 quid. In terms of whether it's worth it, I've only actually been hands-on with the more powerful ROG Xbox Ally X version, but that system for me is pretty fantastic and offers some great ergonomics, cooling, and then access to a ridiculous number of games for the Xbox app and all the other sort of PC storefronts. The standard ROG Xbox Ally of course offers the same thing but with reduced performance, similar to how the Xbox Series S stacks up against the more powerful Xbox Series X. I will have a review out in the next couple of days about the Xbox Ally X 1 month later, so do stay tuned with a subscription down below. I've been talking about Replaced here on the channel for a good part of 2 years now, and this is a narrative-driven 2.5D platformer that I've been eager to play for so long. Well, out of nowhere, the team finally decided to publish a date over on Twitter, and the final release date now is the 12th of March 2026. For those of you who haven't heard of this one before, Replaced will see you attempt to expose the sinister secrets of Phoenix Corporation as Reach, which is an AI trapped in a human body, and that's all amidst a dark cyberpunk thriller that features striking visuals and of course a great sounding synth-driven soundtrack. The gameplay appears to be mostly platforming based though, but in cinematic style that lends itself to its fast-paced action. It does look pretty fantastic and I just cannot wait to get my hands on it, especially to see if the wait was really worth it. Remember, this also comes to Xbox Game Pass as a day one release for Ultimate and PC members, so our subscribers will certainly be eating good this March. If we look back to this summer, Xbox developer Obsidian reassured all of us fans that Avowed's full 2025 update was still on track, but plans have since changed and this update has now morphed into something bigger, and now the content drop is set to arrive in February 2026. To mark the game's 1-year anniversary next February, Obsidian says that it's delivering our biggest update yet for Avowed, featuring everything originally planned for the fall plus additional features. What I have done though is I've thrown up the team's updated roadmap on screen for you now, so you can get a very brief overview of what to expect. As you can see in the above image, this 2026 anniversary update will bring new game plus, photo mode, a new weapon type, new character presets, and so much more. And that list is just going to grow now that the team has taken a little more time in bringing its next update to players across Xbox, PC, and Game Pass for next year. As for what's coming after this update, well, we don't really know much about the long-term future of Avowed right now, but it does sound like the team could potentially be working towards a sequel at some point in time. That's by no means confirmed just yet, so take that with a pinch of salt, but it was discussed recently by a former Obsidian developer. Still, I fully expect that this game might launch as well onto other platforms coming in the near future, but personally, I would actually be keen to have even more Avowed, as I actually really enjoyed my time with it. Microsoft dropped its December Xbox Game Pass roundup, with 14 brand new games coming to multiple tiers across the service in the next few weeks. The update stops on the 11th of December with the addition of Bratz Rhythm and Style, and that's seemingly going to be our final Xbox Game Pass update for 2025, as the team now begins to tease its 2026 lineup. What they've done is they've snuck at the bottom of the Xbox Wire roundup a little closing message regarding Xbox Game Pass in 2025 and of course into 2026. If you look, the team wishes us all a chill rest of our December before mentioning that our next Xbox Game Pass update will be coming in early 2026. In this case then, it looks like we won't be getting any further Xbox Game Pass updates in December, as opposed to every other month in the year where we get a second roundup during the middle of each month. All eyes now on 2026 now then, but I do want to hear your thoughts about Xbox Game Pass overall for this 2025 down below. Whilst down there though, do make sure to smash that like button, and again, please do subscribe for more daily Xbox content, especially as we're so close to that subscriber milestone. I will also be live streaming the Game Awards this coming Thursday, so do make sure to join me live here on the channel as we go through all the announcements, watch it live, have some great community laughs, and even so much more. If you do want to check out some more Xbox bits and bobs here and there, then do check out the video on the screen now, as I did cover the new Xbox and Game Pass games coming to us over the next week.